Hey folks, I hope you're doing well. This is a little terrain piece, or pieces I guess, that I've just finished up recently. They originally were from a kit that not a kit exactly, just a little set that I found in a bookstore that was called Recreate Your Own, Build Your Own Stonehenge or something along those lines. But it came in a wee box with a book telling you about the history of Stonehenge, which is for those of you who don't know, is one of the most famous stone formations or landmarks here in the UK. So the little book told you about the history of it. There was a mat sort of thing that came with, had little markers as to where to put all these stones, so you could recreate the formation of Stonehenge. But I bought this because I really liked the little stones that came with it. I wish I got a few more sets actually, looking back, because I'd like to make a few sets of these. But I think I could recreate these in some kind of foam. If I do that, I'll make a video about it in future. The stones themselves, they were just solid resin, I think, solid plastic anyway. Really nice, kind of fairly well sculpted things. They gave for some nice detail and effects. They were just plain grey to start with. I obviously painted them up with several layers of greys and browns, and then added some ink washes in just to give like some weather and effect. On a lot of like old rocks you can kind of see green almost coming down, so I've added some like green inks just to give that that sort of weather and effect in there, and then added these bases, which were just popsicle sticks that I'd cut to size and then built up with different bits and pieces of foliage. Got some little like bushes and then little sort of grass tufts dotted all around, and on the stones themselves I've added little bits and pieces of foliage on there. And then when I glazed it, or when I varnished these with matte varnish, I sprinkled just a really light dusting of small scale flock over them, just to give the idea of little bits of moss growing here and there. Some of them have, I think the stuff's called lichen. See this stuff here? Looks like little shrubs almost. So yeah, just a random mix of plants and foliage to kind of build up a natural sort of look. So yeah, pleased with how they came out. The scale of them, obviously these aren't, Stonehenge is huge. These are massive stones in real life, so scale wise I don't think they represent like the Stonehenge, but they do make for some pretty cool standing stones. I'm just using a Warhammer as a Savage Orc for scale here. So some of them kind of come about halfway up the model, and then others are taller than them. So the smaller ones obviously would maybe just be good for like decoration. There's some small arches, and then there's 1, 2, 3 larger arches which are at the back. If you're playing with these on a table, they could offer legs of cover for minis. Could be hiding behind it. These gaps in the middle could be used for lines of sight and things like that. So there's a few options if you're playing with these in a game. You could arrange these in a circle, much like Stonehenge actually is. You know, so you could have some sort of objective where you have to protect this druid circle, or you know, you have to get to the middle of it, something along those lines. My advice would be to look out in stores, like even if you're not in a craft store or a model store, look out for things that you can use for model making or anything like that, use as terrain or repurpose as something else. Because there's a lot of cool stuff like that that's, you know, often kind of can make something quite unique and individual looking. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled, I guess, when you're looking around different places. I've got a whole bunch of other terrain projects on the go at the moment. We'll give you a sneak peek of one of them. I've made a whole bunch of these little wooden fences, I guess. But yeah, I'll explain more about those in the video when I finish them up. But let me know what you think. Jesus! Twiggy! Scared the hell out of me. But let me know what you think, and until the next one, cheers for watching, and I will catch you all later. Goodbye!